Hello and welcome to another webinar on Scorecard Spotlight. I do this monthly webinar based on the example that I share uh, in my weekly newsletter. So this is done every third week of the Wednesday, and I pick up all the examples that we did last month. So because there were 5 weeks last month. So we have 10 examples today to walk through. So it will be more than 15 minutes, give and take. So let's get started. The first one is CSR Hub. So the first thing that I have highlighted in my newsletter is there is a nice toggle where you can switch between the rating and the percentile ranking. The second one is the whole breakthrough of different departments and the score individually for someone who is interested, and then also they have option of switching profile. This is one of the things that I always was having conversation, and I found it someone using it. The third one is the company comparison. You can add companies and compare them. Those get plotted. Moving on to our next scorecard, which is no ESG. Here, I think the comparison of different rating agency was pretty interesting. And what they did is they color coded it based on the red, yellow, and green. That was nice. And at the end of it, it is the latest news of the company. So simple one, but I think it would be useful for many out there. We're trying to make sense between different rating agencies. The third one is powered by Yahoo. So the spider chart is there, the famous spider chart. And what they have done is they have matched the color coding to understand different ratings here. And your the rating that they are in is highlighted here. This one is in green according to their score. So that's nicely done. Again, there are news in the bottom. Also, what they have done, which I have not mentioned in my newsletter, was I think the comparison between the peers that was done well, and they have handpicked it. So that's I think useful because uh, then the user don't have to do it, and they can kind quickly understand what they are. And when you go to other companies, so similar, it kind of picks up the relative one. The next one is by Morningstar, Sustainalytics. So here it is nicely professionally done. One of their key highlight I found was this: the number of universe, the companies there are in. That's a huge number there. I have spoken to some of the guests in our podcast where they are having data for more than 18,000 companies. So the data is getting there. We have data available to work with. The next point of highlight is the industry comparison changes. Again, here there is an industry comparison, but here it changes because I've opened this holding company, and if you see, there is 3M, but the some of the companies are changed here. So that's a nicely. I like this idea here. And then there is this simple 3 point measurement for exposure and management. The next one is a chemical scorecard, nicely done. The icons are used very related to the particular materiality in this case. And how did we come to this score? A nice narration of 3 point narration is there, and they ended it with the spider chart. There is an year-on-year scoring and ranking also available. The next one is invest your values. It's by As You Saw. Disclosure: they are our client. We didn't create this scorecard though. It was done by a different team, but uh, this webinar is more about helping the community to share different scorecards. So here, the environment and social scorecard is nicely done. Let's click and see. Wow, I have not seen this previously, but this I think is nice. I wonder if they would have added a Twitter share or any social media share. That would have kind of been even more interesting to see. Kind of aware. So here they have added it, but already I think this image was very powerful to make it easy to share. That's the one thing. Again, there are the detail target date scores and allocation ranking. It's hidden a bit, but that's something that they have. The last one is this the complete detail of plan investment options, the transition of how it can be done. Those were the three highlights. The next one is from education space, a bit different, but no, I mean it's a scorecard, so just wanted to share one of the feature which I loved here. If I'm not touching my mouse here, and I think the round is complete. So let me refresh this. I'll show you. So yeah, refresh this page. What happens is they have added this animation which automatically clicks all the options here automatically. Okay, now it's on. So on the first time only when you come here, if you see it's in a loop now. The value is getting changed, and I think as I hover it, it stops. So that was nicely done by them. And then there is a ranking of adjacent one. That's nicely done. So Harvard is there, and other universities are next to it. Then this key stats, the contrast of the color. I found it interesting. The next one is from a brand directory. Here, it is not directly related to ESG as such, but I wanted to show you some of the key features of the for-profit world that a non-profit can take. First of all, there is a currency drop down here. Everything changes. That's nicely done. Again, the switch between customers. So what they have done is they have given this consumer research. So once you click there, uh, and when the consumer research is clicked, they share a empty template. It's pretty interesting idea, I think, and there where they can show the legends and the country of information available. And once you click it, it takes to a sample data. I think it pretty much asks you to purchase it. Similarly, what they have done is on the homepage, when you click on the access to data, there is a paywall attached to it. So some of the idea, I think, for some companies or organization who are especially in the non-profit, uh, selling data is not in their wheelhouse. That I completely understand. But if there is any action that you want them to take to gain access to the data, it could be share on the social media or some information from them to learn more about your target market. It could be other benefit that can help you move your impact forward, is move your target or your objective forward. So that's an idea to share. This is the second last one. Nike, a nice toggle of show company information. Everything changes and like it hides and shows. Nicely done. Second, I think which I liked was this topic by SDG, where all of this information was the score was nicely done in chart format, bubble chart format. The another thing which I really liked is the analysis piece. where there are links based on which the information is been ranked or what is related. The analysis piece they have kind of nicely displayed it, and even the author name is mentioned. And the last one here, I'll show the first point in the last because I think it's very nice way to end it. The second point I mentioned was year to the ranking. This ranking table was really nice. The last point was the latest news, and one of the thing that I picked is the compare option here. So when you go there and you pick, let's pick a company, and okay, okay, let me try again. When you hit the compare, and okay, you don't have to click the company. You can compare it with, let's say, let's pick this. And when you have two companies selected and you hit a compare and you have a side by side comparison, I think this side by side comparison is nice, and you can do that. I think the alignment is missed here a bit. It would have been even better if it lined perfectly, but the other company comparison which they can work out. That's it. That's it for today's episode of this webinar. And thank you very much for watching. I would love to hear your feedback. If you have anything, please drop an email to vikram@73bit.com. My email ID is also in the description. You can drop me. If you have any scorecard that you want to share with me, just share it with me so that I can share it with the community and also mention it in our newsletter. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a nice day. Bye bye.